Hello, everybody, and welcome to Ohio State at the Voice of College Football. I'm your host, Garrison Gaddy. Please be sure to like, share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, whether it be friend, family, or foe. Check out the rest of the content that we have here at the Voice of College Football, whether it be for Oklahoma, the team up north, North Carolina, Nebraska. We have it all here for you. Well, everyone, glad to see you all here today. I think Ryan Sanders should be joining here soon. Eventually, I'll get the wait for him, but we'll get the word on that later. But everybody, not a lot happening right now. My voice is cracked. Not a lot happening right now, but do want to go over a few things that I want to read with you. I actually waited to talk about this with you guys in case you want to call in and give your few words about it. Here, I'll drop it right now. Oh, there we go.
Hey, what's going on?
What's going on?
I can't hear you.
Oh, can you hear me now?
No, can't hear you. Let me make sure it's not on mine. It's on my end. Hold on.
All right. Well, while we wait for Ryan, everybody. Oh, there we go. Cool. Oh, there we go. All right. My fault. But no, I'll drop the call link right now for everybody in case you would like to call in. Ultimate Sports Network says hello to you too. Happy Thursday, Ryan. So have you looked at Bud Elliott's blue chip ratio yet today? Have you read that yet?
I've seen it. It's probably a good place to start based off of what happened earlier this week with Mr. Weatherspoon decommitting. But let's go ahead and start with that first.
Yeah. And let's actually say let's talk about that. What are your thoughts?
So the thoughts are it's a surprise. At least everyone around the program seemed to be surprised that he flipped his commitment to North Carolina, and Ohio State was recruiting him as a corner. Even though he's more of a natural safety, that's the position he's playing, and perhaps North Carolina gave him an opportunity to actually play safety. And maybe if I'm trying to find some bright spots for this, perhaps this could signal that they're going to get Braylon Womack. But that's just kind of grasping at straws because to lose an in-state kid who's been committed to you since January 2nd, that's a blow. And so I don't really entirely know what to make of it, especially because they're kind of light at the cornerback spot in this class, kind of like how they are on defensive end. So I don't know. Maybe there's something coming down the pipe here. I know August 1st is a big date with some of these NIL deals, so maybe we'll see something after that. What do you think?
Yeah, I was shocked. I only because, well, two reasons, not just only, but two reasons. A, he was an Ohio kid, so I thought for sure, this is something that we could lock in for the rest of the year. And then secondly, it was honestly the last thing on my mind was Weatherspoon leaving. And I understand if you have a better chance of playing safety there than at Ohio State. I understand with the insane depth that Ohio State has. We don't even know if Caldwell's going to be a linebacker yet. He's still in there, and there's a chance that, counting Womack, there's a chance that Ohio State comes out with 3 top 10 safeties. I think the last time I saw someone do that was maybe Georgia 2 or 3 years ago. They did that. Yeah, so something like that. But I understand, but it's shocking to say the least. He's a good football player. He really is.
He is. He's a good player, and Ohio State's definitely going to miss him. So I don't, like I said, I don't really know where they go as far as replacing him at the corner spot. And he didn't seem to give any specific reason as to why he flipped, which some of these recruits don't. So I get it. But maybe we'll learn some more information here in the next week or so.
How many corners do you think Ohio State honestly comes out with in this class?
Well, considering right now they don't. I mean, they're one corner less, and I saw someone say that maybe we need to have a conversation about Tim Walton. No, we don't. He got the number one.
Man, I've been seeing that. That's crazy.
Last year. Let's chill on that. But I mean, right now they don't have any. So you would like to see them come out with at least 2 every class. But at this point, I might just settle for 1. The good news is that they do have a lot
You know
of
what's funny, man?
I forgot about
Jordan Thomas. I forgot about Jordan Thomas.
Yeah. So again, I guess if they're able to get one more guy, I'd be fine with that because again, they did recruit Thomas as a corner, so that gives them 1. But I would like I said, I'd like to see them get 2 every class. So, but if there is a year where they're going to be light at the cornerback spot, this is the year to do it with all the depth that they have, and even though they likely were, I mean, they're going to lose Igbinosun next year to the draft. He's probably the only guy that's going to go. So they're going to bring back all of the other guys that they have on the roster. So only bringing in 1 corner for this class is not the worst thing in the world.
I've thought about that, especially with over the last few years, Ohio State. And a lot of this is probably because of Jim Knowles, but Ohio State has become a safety-led defense in terms of the secondary, more so than corner. I mean, we have guys like Bryce West who are all those tweeners who can play both safety and play that nickel position. We have a lot of guys like that, to be honest with you. So I get it. We have a lot of depth at corner, to be honest with you. I would say right now there's a lot of young guys, so it's unproven depth.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if we got 1 corner in this class, I'd be okay with that.
Again, I'd like to see at least 2. I'd like to see 2 for every class at that corner spot. But I mean, if they're not going to get 2, this would be the class to go ahead and not have it. But I know you wanted to get to the leadership ratio, so we can.
No, I'm sure by the tail end of the season. I was going to say by the tail end of the season, I'm sure there'll be some in-state kid Ohio State can flip. I'm sure that at that position, I'm sure that'll be there at the end.
My thing is, I would like to not have to flip 3-star recruits at the corner spot. Like, I'm okay with that to get an in-state offensive lineman when you've already got 4 kids in the class, something like that, which is a depth piece. At a position as important as corner, I'd like to have them at least a 4-star. As far as this comment goes, I seriously doubt flipping Albert Hill. Hill is someone that they had interest in, a while ago, and the interest was not heavy enough for him to really go any further with it. Ohio State kind of had passive interest in him, and he was like, okay, you know what? I'll go to USC then. I mean, he's an Akron kid, so it's worth trying, but USC spending out the wazoo in NIL, so I'm not sure what Ohio State really is going to be able to offer that would be any better. Not sure.
Yeah, well, when it comes to Albert Hill, I kind of thought I never thought Ohio State was going to get him, so I'll start there.
Yeah.
I never thought that. Also, I think he's a really small corner. I'm not a small corner type of guy. He weighs about 5'10", 175 pounds. Yeah, I don't know. He's a really good player. Like, don't get me wrong, he's a really good player. But I never thought Ohio State would get him. But if Ohio State could flip him, I don't think he would do it. So
I don't think so either. You want to go ahead and bring in our first caller, and then we can talk about that other list here.
Mm-hmm. Rob, what's going on, man?
What's up, you guys? How's it going?
Doing well.
Good. What's going on?
Not much. Great day to be a Buckeye and great day to be a play-in tournament national champion.
Oh man!
I had to poke fun of that dude. That was
when I heard that, I said it was early in the morning. I heard that. I said, "There's no way he said that." I rewound it. I said, "Holy crap!"
Go ahead.
This
dumbass Michigan podcaster went ahead and said that Ohio State, now the 12-team playoff, it's not a national championship. It's more of a play-in tournament championship because you know what?
That was
You're not even the
crazy.
tournament of the real season. There's two different seasons. There's the regular season and the postseason. I mean, who could say that they really had a better season than Oregon? Well, I can because they beat their ass in the Rose
Dude,
Bowl.
that
When it
was
mattered the most. That's how I
and
can say that.
dude, and the funny
Ridiculous amounts
part
of
about it, the funny part about it was like within those 3 minutes, he said that the other guy, Craig, said that the 1997 Michigan team would destroy the 1997 Nebraska team. And then, what did Sam Webb say? He said something he said something crazy too. I was just,
I mean, they're all nuts.
oh man,
Dude, Sam Webb, he is such a sunshine blower. Just article after article. There's no negativity, but then again, there's the blue wall. But going into that comment about playing, it's just like that literally makes no sense because I mean if I could have been reading it wrong, but he's comparing the college football playoffs to the NCAA basketball tournament, but like okay, there's no playing games, like, and plus like look at the teams that they faced. I mean, they're not. Ohio State continues day in, day out to just be disrespected and not being seen as an up and coming national powerhouse, and seeing that Ryan Day is actually building something special. I mean, look at who they beat. They beat in the playoffs. They beat Tennessee, Oregon, Texas, and all Notre Dame, all top 10 teams. So just please keep the disrespect going, especially for Michigan fans. It's all going to be much sweeter. And yes, I'm calling my shot. Ohio State will go into the big house and they will beat Michigan. They will.
We've already established that here that will happen.
Yeah,
but
I'm very confident in it.
Also, Ryan,
even improve your point, Rob. They also beat IU, so 5 of the top 8 in the final AP poll. They beat like 5 of the top 8. So it's not like they're playing scrubs.
Yeah, definitely. But also Ryan. So I was watching Buckeye Scoop, man. They mentioned you once about an article you wrote.
I'm sure. Which I can't imagine which article it was. What was it?
It was something about like Larry Johnson and D-line recruiting, something along those lines. But what I wanted to come in here and talk about is, you guys mentioned like there's been a lot of talks at NIL because there was a top 10 list of the biggest NIL spenders, and you see what USC is doing there, and just like NIL only works if you have a winning culture. You have to establish that winning culture first to make sure that, when you have these players coming in, yes, they want to make money, but having to come in with, expectations. Because when you look at a program like USC, they're like right now they're on an NIL experiment. They're not bringing those players because they're actually like the program is actually in a great place to be winners. They're just getting all those players because of the bag. And from what we've seen with Miami, that doesn't work. I'm telling you right now, like they'll just be another instance of when they'll get into tough games, they'll fold, they'll turn against each other, and they'll sit down on the bench and they'll start counting their money. And now I'm going to go else place. And we saw what happened with Miami. I mean, they also have big pockets as well, but Mario Cristobal, I mean, he's not a leader of men. He's not building winning culture. You have all these players which by the way, got Ohio State commits to flip, and they've had like top 5 classes for the last like 2 or 3 years, but it's not because they have winning culture. Miami has not done anything relevant since 2002, which I mean, other than that, they completely imploded. But yeah. And I don't you can't get all these players to come in just solely on money. And right now, Michigan is on the same timeline. Right now, they have an NIL experiment. Sharon Moore has not produced a winning culture. You can't say you produce a winning culture going 8-5. What are your thoughts on everything I just said?
No, like towards the lab where you talk about Sharon Moore, it's funny. I actually had a conversation with TJ about a week or so ago, and I talked to Juju about this also. But I told him I said, when I think about Sharon Moore as a coach, and I said, I do believe that he's a leader in the fact that I do believe that his players will go through a brick wall for him, right? But I also wondered us, but what does he do well as a coach? Because I look at the offensive line development. I don't necessarily think he develops an offensive lineman. I think that he knows how to maneuver a lot. I mean, he's really good at conducting a run game, right? Kind of like with Tyler Bowen. It's it's not necessarily that he's making first round offensive linemen like Fry was, but he knows how to manipulate the run game. So I think he's good at that. But then when he's been the OC, there's no game you can point to where you say, "Wow, Sharon Moore really did a great job there." I don't think if he outside of the Michigan job, I don't think for the top players in college football at the top, like the elite programs, I don't think anyone will take him as offensive coordinator, not in the top 20 choices. So I am interested to see what he does, because I do think that they're recruiting elite recruiting does not mean you're going to win games. In Texas A&M, I mean, we're going to talk about the blue chip ratio here soon. They're fourth on that list. Texas A&M has been one of the top 5 most talented teams for the last 6 some years. Doesn't create wins. So.
Oh, and that's why Jimbo Fisher got fired.
I mean, that if you look at Ohio State's culture, I mean, they were clear winners. I mean, yeah, people want to say, "Oh, you've been paying players since the land before time," but they've been clear winners year in and year out. And then you have all of a sudden, you have Ohio State's $20 million NIL cannon for that national championship season. Just like, okay, it worked. They didn't fold. They became a band of brothers after that horrible Michigan loss. It's because the winning culture was already there, and they've been there in the hunt for the national championship all along. Like, I just don't understand what some of these schools are doing. They actually think spending all this money is just gonna magically make a national championship trophy appear, which that's just completely unrealistic. I mean, we also saw what happened with Jimbo Fisher, and basically had the most historic recruiting class in 2022. And what happened with that? Couldn't even get to 8-9 wins, and just.
I'll say this. So we saw this list of the top 10 spenders of just in college football this year so far. Texas was number 1 on the list, and Texas Tech was number 2 on the list. I think it's a good juxtaposition of what this new NIL era is. Texas is a program that is clearly established that they're back, they are a national championship contender, and they're spending that money to keep their roster intact and bring in some elite recruits to help with that. Texas Tech is on the complete and opposite end of that spectrum. They are a program that is trying to build something. Exactly. They're trying. So they're throwing money at every recruit possible to have them come and build something. In that sense, when you're a program like Texas Tech and you haven't done really much of anything in the last 2-3 decades, I don't mind trying it. If you've got the money, why not go ahead and throw it at these guys and see if something can stick, because you don't have that culture that you've built on, like a Texas, like an Ohio State, where you have an established history of winning. So if you're a program like Texas Tech, why not? And to your point, as far as what Michigan's doing, they're kind of in between, because they don't really have, yeah, sure, they won a national championship a couple years ago. How authentic that is will be debated for ages. But last year they went 8-5. It clearly seems like that was a flash in a pan kind of moment. And now they're trying to spend all of that money to build up that kind of team again. And that's really not what got that team in a position to win a national championship in the first place. It was, coaching, finding recruiting diamonds in the rough, and building it up from there. And now they've kind of completely shifted focus, which is interesting.
Ryan, I told someone this the other day. I said, I think people don't understand the gap from Jim Harbaugh to Sharon Moore. It's a significant gap in terms of you're talking one of the all-time greats compared to Sherrod Moore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Before I go, one more thing. I cannot fathom the amount, a good amount of Michigan fans who continue day in, day out to defend Connor Stallions. It's like that dude does not care one bit about the University of Michigan football program.
Mm-mm.
Connor only cares about Connor, and he's established that throughout his interviews, throughout his tweets, just everything. It's all about I did the greatest this, I did the greatest that. Not just like no way, shape, or form is he trying to defend the Michigan football program. And the only reason why Michigan fans are defending him is because he got them to that point of the national championship. It's just
Correct.
And you know what? I'm gonna say this. If Connor and because you know what, I am confident that this is more than going to happen. If Connor Stallions does not get a lifetime ban, I will donate $100 to Michigan's NIL circle. I'll do it. If he does not get a lifetime ban in college football, I will donate $100 to Michigan NIL circle, dude, towards their next 5-star recruit. Whatever.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that all unfolds.
That's funny,
but I
Rob.
mean, you're right.
That's
the only reason why
funny.
they care about him is because they won the title that year, thanks to his.
Rob, isn't that your duty? You are an alum. I mean,
yeah. I mean, you know, it was more of okay, I need to get a degree. This is the best. This is the best school. So I do. Hey, you know what? I do get letters in the mail. Please donate. I'm like, nope. Pay my
that's
dues.
an
I went to
honorable man
college.
right there.
Leave
An
me
honorable
alone.
man.
No, but yeah, dude. If he doesn't get a lifetime ban, and you know what, you can cut this clip and put it on Twitter. I don't care. If he doesn't get a lifetime ban, I will donate $100 to Michigan NIL circles. But all right, you guys, thanks for having me on. You guys have a good night.
Dude, Rob, thank you.
Thanks, Rob.
Later.
Here, before we bring Matt, though, let's do some house cleaning real quick, because I feel like this might go long. So, everyone, get your business, product, service, or personal brand to the next level by partnering with the Voice of College Football. Let's discuss how you also can reach your target market. Check out the experience of one of our current partners, that being Win Agency, posted here on the screen, and we are here to deliver for you. Contact us at sponsorships at vocfb.com. Again, that's sponsorships at vocfb.com today.
All right, let's go ahead and bring in Matt.
Oh, go ahead. Boomer. Yeah, sorry. Oh, sorry.
You're kicking me off after 1 second. I was like, bring him on, kick him out. No, but you guys were going to talk about the blue chip ratio, and so I'm trying to understand this if you wanted to bring it up, because I did my own research, and I don't understand how Texas A&M is ahead of Texas so if he's counting 2022 to 2025 and he's counting 4-star and 5 stars, A&M has 77 commits in that time, 4-star and 5 stars. Texas has 78. So I don't understand how that works. That's on 247 composite, which he used.
My guess is there were more 5-star recruits that committed to Texas A&M at the time, and that kind of pulls the ratio up as opposed to what Texas had. That would be my guess.
How many 5 stars did you guys have?
No, that's what I was saying. So during that time, this is since 2022, 5 stars, 15 to 12. Texas had more.
That's
I don't understand where he's getting these numbers. That's my issue.
Yeah,
So
for
he said
those
he
that
used
don't know,
composite?
Garrison's pulling it up here so we can see it on the screen. CBS Sports came out with an article about the blue chip ratio. Basically which programs had the highest percentage of quote unquote blue chip recruits, within the last decade or so.
Yeah, the majority of
and-
Texas A&M's recruits were during 2022. Sorry for cutting you off, Ryan.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, and Garrison's pulling up these final numbers here for you all to see. But as we kind of danced around here opening the show, Ohio State came in second in that list with an 89%, and they're technically tied with Alabama, but I guess based off of percentage points, that Alabama must be slightly higher. And yeah, you see Texas there at 78%, Texas A&M at 82%. So, and that's a pretty big gap.
Yeah, really big. That's why I was surprised.
Yeah, and I, to be honest, I'm not entirely sure how that gap is there. If you said that you said Texas had how many 5-star recruits compared to A&M?
It's the past decade.
No, I thought it was just the past. He just went the past like 4 years. What should be on your roster? So I thought it was there was the two.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're okay.
All I did was go 22, 23, 24, 25 and look at the 5 stars and 4 stars. And when combining them, Texas has, let's see, I have it right
Did you
here,
count 20? Did you count 20?
Why would I count 20?
Because you might have some guys on the roster. Oh, it's not the. Oh.
Yeah. I mean, maybe you went back to 21. But even then, I don't think it would make that big. Like Texas A&M, honestly, ever since 22 has not been recruiting like that. They've been like 7, 19th, and 11 or something like that. They haven't been that great. That's why I'm kind of confused at how he did this. And honestly, I don't even care about the 22 class because Texas only has 4 guys on the roster and A&M has 5 on the 22. Like that doesn't mean anything. It should be 23, 24, and 25. That's the majority of your roster.
Well, before we continue, quick, because I did want to bring this up. Shout out to our guy Evie, gets us to 199. Says not much, but guys, support the guys. We appreciate you, brother. We want to let you know that.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So to kind of further answer what you said here, Matt. So this is how they are doing. This is how he did his methodology. So it does not count any JUCO transfer. I'm sorry. It only counts scholarship players from high school or JUCO, no walk-ons. If a player signs but never enrolls, he still counts. So that right there could be why the blue chip ratio is higher. Perhaps Texas A&M had some kids who signed their letters of intent but never actually, played for them.
Are you trying to trigger me, Garrison? Is that what you're doing with these comments?
I left it there for you to see, and if you would like to.
Last 2 years, guys, just look at the NFL draft. Texas has the most drafted players. That's all I'm going to say.
You told me that earlier, and I had a tweet ready to fire off to you, and then I Googled it, and I said, okay, I'll relax.
Sark, listen, this staff, that's why I love them. They develop at a high rate. Like, that's why we're winning. Texas has always gotten guys. The issue has been developing guys. We're doing that really well. But yeah, that's the thing too. Like, I just don't understand. It could be that what you said, I didn't know, which is dumb. I don't know why it includes that if you never play it down for that school, but you technically signed with them. I don't understand why you would include that. But
yeah, what's interesting is further down, on that list, because like I said at the beginning, it does not count transfers. At least that first part. Now, if you did include transfers into this blue chip ratio, Ohio State's number one. Ohio State's number one in the 82%. Texas ends up fifth on the list, 72%.
Yeah, it's a ways down.
And A&M falls all the way down to 63%.
Yeah, so with transfers, that may make a difference. But Oregon was an interesting one, too, because I looked at theirs and it didn't make any sense to me either. Like, Oregon, 5-star wise, has only signed, 5 guys since 2022 that are 5 stars. So they're the least out of Georgia, Ohio State, Texas A&M, Texas, but they're like right there with Texas. So I'm missing something here.
Yeah. As far as, he said he uses the 24/7 composite, which you mentioned.
That's what I used.
If a player signs and is released and signs elsewhere, he counts for the new school. So again, maybe that, happens, maybe that helps some of these rankings as well. But I think it's an interesting list just to show, just in general, how important obviously recruiting is to, winning a national championship because, all of these programs, he starts the article with all these programs have at least in the last, since 2017 have had a blue chip ratio of at least 61%, except Michigan. And they had a 54%. And that's the clear outlier in the group.
Yeah.
I
agree. Yeah, that's the thing. I use the same thing as in like 247 composite, added it up. Like I literally have Alabama since 2022, Ohio State since 2022, and they don't equal the percentage that he got. I don't understand where he's, like I said, maybe the rosters on summer aren't as big. Like maybe Texas fills the whole 115 players on their roster. Some schools only do like 105, 106. I don't know. But total, it doesn't equal that.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you this, Matthew. And actually, no, I'm asking both of you this question because both of you seem to be complete Sooner haters. So, Oklahoma has the 6th highest blue chip ratio in the SEC. They're 70% right now.
Yeah.
Why don't you guys give them the same reverence you would even if any other program? I mean, I'm looking at this right here. USC, I think we all believe they're going to be pretty decent, actually pretty good this year.
I kind of throw USC and Oklahoma in the same category.
I think Oklahoma's much more talented.
Yeah, I mean, do we believe the USC is going to be pretty good
this
year? I do.
Oh, I think they're getting 9 wins this year. I think they're getting 9.
Okay, and you know what? If Oklahoma plays their entire, like if they play their cards right, they might get to 7. Like the thing is, Oklahoma's schedule.
No, not with that schedule.
I'm higher on them than he is, to be fair.
Wait, hold Ryan. Ryan, how many programs do you think have more talent than USC in the Big Ten?
I'd say 4 or 5 right now.
You think Penn State has more talent than USC right now?
I do, yeah.
Oh no.
I think it's Ohio State. I think Ohio State, Penn State, Oregon, all do. I think this year, right now, I think Illinois might, and I think Michigan is close. That's about it.
I would disagree with Illinois, but I agree. I agree with everyone else you said.
I mean, I think Maeva is probably he's a top 5 quarterback in the Big Ten right now. I would say that there's only 3 wide receiver units are better than USC. No, I would say 2 wide receiver units are better than USC's.
But that's what I was going to hit on is blue chips.
How many Big Ten teams can score like them? That's a better question. How many Big Ten teams can score like them? Illinois can't score like them.
Their offense hasn't necessarily been the issue the last few years, but they can't stop freaking anybody.
I think they'll be better on defense. I think they'll have a top 70 defense this year. Easy.
Whoa! Stop the press.
I think that's. I won't say top 70, top 50. I'll say I'll have top 50 because they're probably top 70 last year.
Firing Alex Grinch is always an improvement. We know that here, but
come on, I just don't. D'Anton Lynn's a good defensive coordinator. D'Anton Lynn's a really good defensive coordinator.
He is. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I think
USC's got a better chance of. I think USC's got a better chance of winning 9 games than Oklahoma does. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, I mean does USC? I haven't looked at USC's schedule. Is their schedule easier than Oklahoma's? I know what Oklahoma's looks like.
Yes,
Oklahoma. Oklahoma. You have you're at Michigan, which I'm sorry, you're home against Michigan. Then you have the neutral site game against Texas. You have, at South Carolina, at Tennessee, at Alabama. Obviously, you got home games against LSU and Auburn. This is no picnic. Obviously, home against Ole Miss. I can see another maybe. I see Oklahoma flirting around 7 or 8 wins at most. You asked about USC's schedule. USC's schedule is, it's definitely easier than that. They don't play they miss Ohio State, so they don't play the big bad Big Ten team. They even miss Penn State, so they don't play the 2 best teams in the conference. Their toughest game is at Oregon, and that's at the end of the season. They still play Notre Dame. This at Notre Dame.
No, I know Oregon goes to Penn State.
I'm talking about USC.
Oh, oh.
Yeah.
Oh no,
USC.
I haven't won that game. I haven't won that game.
Okay, sure. But
No,
USC does have a tough
happen.
game at Illinois, home, and then then home against Michigan after a bye week, so they should win that. At Notre Dame right after that, and then their only other that I would consider a tough game is at Oregon, the second last game of the year. So the path to 9 wins is there.
No, for sure. I mean, there's definitely a better path for USC to get to 9 wins than Oklahoma. I mean, the reason I'm lower on Oklahoma is the offensive line. The offensive line was bad last year, and I don't think it's going to be much better.
Oh. Wait. All right. Do you think? Okay, all right. So, Austin, now let's get to a football conversation here. Do you think the offensive line is going to be better than it was last year? Because we also remember they had a lot of injuries on the O-line. So, do you think they're going to be healthier and better this season than it was last season?
Well, healthier for sure. I mean, it's basically impossible for them to be any more.
But do you think they'll be better? Do you think they'll be improved?
I mean, they might be slightly improved, but they were bad.
Because Matthew, just so you know, I lean on the side of players develop every season. So by default, I will always say that team will be better on that side of the ball, depending on what they have or what they don't have. I think if you bring back guys that were injured from last season, and guys are healthy, you are by default going to be better than you were last season. Is that not fair?
I mean, not always, but yeah, I would agree with you. I think
and
by
then the
default,
quarterback.
I'm cool with that.
And then the quarterback. Do you think John Mateer is better at pocket presence than what they had last year?
John Mateer.
Well, hey, listen. I think my eyes have a good knack for seeing really good football players, and John Mateer is a good football player. So when I see how many quarterbacks in the SEC are better than him?
I have him as 5th, so I don't hate him.
That's what I'm saying. And again, people can hate all they want. I'm gonna say the same thing I said about Will Howard. When guys go away from throwing the ball to paper clips, used condoms, and lint, they're going to look better. He's gonna have a really good wide receiver unit. He's gonna have one of the top 5 running backs in the country. Their defense is gonna be good. So that people forget about that. Oklahoma is gonna win some games that a lot of people think they probably shouldn't win.
I will say this: their front 7 is very good. My issue is their other corner spot. I believe Bowen is their number 1 corner. I don't know about the number 2 corner spot on their team. They're gonna have to show me that. And other than Burks, I don't think they're great at wide receiver. I think they're pretty good.
I didn't say great, but I said they're good enough.
I have them at 8-4 right now. That's what I think they're gonna go.
And then I think they can get between 6 and 10 wins. That's where I have it. I think there's 6 to win team.
It's a pretty damn big ratio.
No, it's not. No, because you might lose close games. You could lose close like that Nebraska team. That Nebraska team that lost 6 games by a total of less than 20 points. That season could have easily looked a different way.
And that comes down to coaching. I am not sold on Will Venables being a good coach.
No, I'm not. That's my thing
too.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, that's the thing. I just don't know. Their defense will be good because he's a really good defensive coordinator. I know that. They were good last year, but you're bringing a new offensive coordinator. I don't know about the offensive line. I know he played with Mateer, but you still a new system for everyone else. And I like Ott, but after Ott,
they have the OC, don't they? Forgot about that. Yeah. Oh, come on.
I do like Jay Knott.
Perfect. It's too really perfect of a situation.
It's after him. Yeah, I could see, I don't disagree with floor and ceiling. I think 6 to 10. That's why I said I think they're USC. I think USC could win 10 games. They could win 6 games. I don't know. I think they're
what's Texas range?
Texas. I think worst case scenario, honestly, is 9. They could go win 9 games. They could lose to Ohio State. They could lose to Florida. They could lose to Georgia. I would be surprised if he lost to Texas A&M at home. I guess if you wanted to say that, fine, 8. But there's really no one else on that schedule. That's the thing too. Sark's done a good job of beating teams he should beat. Last year, we beat all the teams we should have beat.
I have you being one of Florida's 3 losses. So
I have us
I
losing to
think
Florida too.
Texas's floor is. I think Texas' floor is 10 games.
I think it's 10 games too.
I was lower than you guys. I tend to be lower on my own team than most people.
I don't know about that. How much did you? When did you make that bet for the game already for week 1?
About 4 months ago.
Yeah, so you're pretty confident.
I'm confident with that game just because it's game 1 and like all the new staff you guys have. That's literally the only reason I made that, because it's hard to transition with that many new coaches. If this was later, I definitely wouldn't have made a bet on it. Like if this is week 5, I'm not betting on that game. But week 1, I feel pretty good about it. We'll see. Like
how many concussions has Arch had?
In high school, I know he had
he's had a couple.
I know. In high school, I know he had one versus Lathan Ransom.
Oh no, yeah. That was a fumble, by the way. That was a fumble.
Hey, they set his elbows down.
Yeah. I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure it was.
What's Ohio State's floor and ceiling?
10 games. I think that's their floor. I think at this
point,
what
what it should be.
No, I still think no matter what, I think the floor is 10 games. I think I can see us losing the opener against Texas. And unfortunately, until we actually see it with our own eyes, I can also see Ryan Day losing again to Michigan. I don't think that's going to happen, but I can see it happening. I'm not worried about Penn State because Ohio State gets that at home. Yeah. And it's kind of the same thing. It's the same thing as the Michigan game. Until I see James Franklin with my own eyes actually beat an Ohio State team like that. I mean, he's 1-10 against them. Like, yeah, that's clearly an issue for him. And I think those are the only 3 teams that Ohio State really has to worry about on their schedule this year.
I would say the floor is 9. The floor is 9-3. Do I expect to see 9-3? No. A 9-3 is a 7-5 season to me. So I would be pretty pissed off about that. But yes, could we lose to you guys in week 1? That could very well happen. But for me, like the reason I truly believe I want to say 10-2 is because if Ohio State loses that Penn State game, they're not losing that Michigan game. They're not losing both those games. I just couldn't see that happening. So and honestly, I already have us winning in Ann Arbor. Yeah, I think we're winning in Ann Arbor. If I'm being quite honest with you. So yeah, I would say.
I think most realistic is probably 11-1. I think that opener, is the toughest game because of all of the new changes that they have. Like, I would not be shocked to see them lose to a very experienced Texas team. I wouldn't. And now I'd be shocked if they lost to Penn State at home. I understand Penn State's very talented, but
yeah,
I won't
No, I think
you can't lose. That's later in the season, isn't it?
Yeah.
Who do you guys do you have any inclination of who you guys are going to predict to win the national championship? I'm curious about that.
Go ahead, Garrison.
So I have a list of teams I do think can win it all. That list is Ohio State, Texas, LSU, Clemson, Penn State, Oregon. And that's the list. No, and Bama. No, Georgia. Now,
I would put Georgia in there instead of Bama. I would put Georgia.
Okay, well, I'm different because Bama's more talented than them, and I actually trust their quarterback more. And that's the only situation for me. Do I think Georgia's going to be better on the and running the ball this season? Yes, because last year for some odd reason they couldn't. Do I think Georgia's going to be better at stopping the run this season? Yes, because last year they just couldn't. Do I think their wide receiver unit is going to be better than last year? Yes, because my God, it couldn't be
worse. It can't be worse.
It just can't. Like I truly believe I would rather pick Penn State and Michigan's wide receiver unit last year before I pick Georgia's. That was
they could at least catch the ball.
That's the point.
That's right.
And so
and you know what?
I don't believe that guy is better than Carson Beck. I don't believe that quarterback is better than Carson Beck. Not by damn sight.
Stetson Bennett might not be. No.
And so
but
I
would add Notre Dame onto your list too, Garrison. Throw Notre Dame.
Did I not say Notre Dame? I didn't say Notre Dame.
No, you did not. No.
Oh, Notre. Well, I believe in CJ Carr. He's an MHSAA kid, so I love him. But I gotta see it. if he's good, Scott, dude, if he's good, Notre Dame going to win a national championship. Also because I think they have one of the top 5 players in the country on their team. So
yeah,
Jeremiah Love's really good. What do you think?
Wish he was a Buckeye.
Who you got?
early, I have Clemson winning it all. I think they're going to win it all. I just think they have a perfect combination of experience with the quarterback, and then the defensive line is underrated. I think they have the best defensive line in the country with T.J. Parker and Peter Woods. So I'm going to go with them for right now. I think they're going to beat us actually in the national championship. That's my prediction for right now, but still some time to decide on that.
That's too much orange on the field for me. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, that's a lot of orange. I haven't made up my mind who I think is going to win it yet. I still got some time to do, more of a deep dive on specific teams I'm interested in. But, of that list that, Garrison put together, that I kind of jumped in there too, I think the 3 most likely teams to win it, in my opinion, are actually Ohio State, Texas, and I'm not going to go with Clemson there. I actually think Penn State has a shot. I can't believe I'm saying that, but I think Penn State actually has a shot. Their wide receiver core got better. That was the main thing that was holding them back. I think Drew Aller, I think he's a little bit overrated from what everyone is talking about. Like, I do not see him being like a Heisman contender, finalist, anything like that, but I think he's going to be improved. I could see him doing in like a Will Howard impression and doing just enough to get Penn State to, 11-1, where, their lone losses to Ohio State. They get a favorable draw in the bracket, and, they've got 2 of the best running backs in the country. So I think those are the 3 most likely teams to win it all. In my opinion, I haven't decided which one of those 3 is going to win yet.
The only reason I couldn't go with Penn State is literally because of the guy on the sidelines. That is the only reason I can't go with Penn State. And it's not because he hasn't done it. I've seen him make stupid decisions during the game that
have you ever seen Sark make a stupid decision?
One in the Big 12 championship game versus Oklahoma State. One.
You didn't see him do it in the playoff?
I was going to say, wait a second.
There was no option there. Arch had a concussion, and our best running backs for that situation were hurt. We weren't going to win that game. It just wasn't going to happen. I was just hoping to keep that game close. I predicted you guys to win that game. Preseason, by the way. Like I said, preseason, I thought Ohio State would beat Texas in the Final Four.
You are pretty fair. You are.
Yeah. Like, I try to be. I hate when people are just biased for no reason. It pisses me off. So I try to be.
Yeah.
By the way, I forgot about this. Kirby Smart does have a Bama problem. He really does. Kirby Smart and Ryan Day are very similar people. I'm telling you. The only difference is Georgia and Bama don't play every season.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, it's similar now because I think Sark has a Georgia problem. So we'll see how that works. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the hell happened in those 2 games, man. Like, we were the SEC championship game. I still can't believe we lost that game. We were the far superior team for a half when we were up. It was tied 3-3, or were we up 6-3? I don't even remember, but it was bad.
And no reason to lose to Stetson Bennett in that situation. That was bad.
Yeah, it was bad. Yeah, that's the thing I got. The only issue I had last year was on the defense coordinator, Pete Kokowski. Why did you take so long to adjust to Gunnar Stockton, who can't throw the fucking football? Just stack the box and be like, hey, beat us 1-on-1 outside because you can't do it. And he didn't do that till overtime, and it was already too late.
That was terrible. Yeah. That was
Stockton, Stetson Bennett 2.0. That's, my opinion. I mean, Bennett won two national titles, but like he didn't really do a whole lot. So if Georgia's going to win the national title, they're going to have to do the same thing that they did with him. Like, Stockton's going to have to be like a game manager, and I just don't see them doing that this year. So that's why I didn't include them in my top 3.
No, and they're so weird to me because they are super talented, but they're like the defensive line. They don't have that Jordan Davis. They don't have the Jalen Carter. They don't have that guy right now. So unless they have that somewhere hiding, yeah, I agree. I don't think they can. I do think Alabama can, though. Like, they're just so damn talented. Like, everywhere you look, I think Kalen DeBoer, to me, he loses the games he shouldn't lose. Like, I just don't understand how they lost to Vanderbilt last year. I don't understand how you lose to Oklahoma last year.
Or Michigan. Yeah. Hey, or Michigan, man. Let's be honest.
Right.
Let's be honest.
Then the year before, when he was at Washington, he was in the Apple Cup about to lose that game to a bad Washington State team. Like, he's too
I forgot you guys went up to Ann Arbor and spanked them. I forgot you guys did that.
Really? I don't forget it.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
forget
gonna,
that
I'm
either.
gonna,
That
I'm
game
gonna
wasn't
watch those
even close.
highlights. No, I
Yeah.
appreciate Drew. I appreciate Ewers for getting that win for Ohio State. I really do.
That was the best he looked all year last year, and it was in that one game. But yeah, we could have put up 60 points in that game if we wanted to. Like, we called off the dogs early in the third quarter of that game.
Sure, any final
Like
thoughts
what
before
Ohio
you let
State
you go
did
here,
to
bro?
friggin'
No, just I enjoyed chopping up with you guys. Hope you guys have a good rest of your show.
Appreciate you,
Yeah.
man.
Thanks. You too, man.
Yep.
Appreciate you calling in. All right, you ready to bring in our last caller here?
Yeah, wait, Tim, there he is. He's ready.
He's
Let's
just
bring him
running on the
in.
way.
Hello.
Tim, what's going
Hey,
on,
Tim.
man? You all right?
Yeah. So what y'all think about the Bryce news that he weighs 100 to 230 pounds, and he claims that the extra 15 pounds, he felt like his agility and 40 time that might be faster.
So
my thought on is he got fat quick.
okay. See, okay. You know what? Listen, as the resident Bryce Underwood lover, okay.
But now they're saying he might weigh since he weighed 100, 200 and 30 pounds. Now there's some people comparing his weight to Josh Allen's.
No, I mean, well, I'm not surprised they put on that weight because his body can hold that, and I don't think he's faster, but he probably feels like he's like when you put more muscle on and you're able to be more explosive, it feels a little bit different when you're running the ball. That's probably what he's going through, put on some just that freshman 15, just put on some muscle. But I don't think he's Josh Allen because Josh Allen was like 250. Like Josh Allen's he's a big man.
Well, I remember when they were practicing for the Alabama game, he couldn't actually the play. I remember some people they talking about he's skinny, his legs is skinny, his bottom top is skinny. He kind of skinny, but he gained the extra the 15 pounds. The good thing where he decides he decide to be a extra running back when nobody is open. His body can't handle the hits. Can't handle the hits better.
Ryan, I actually thought about this, and to answer your question, because it lies with what you're talking about, Tim. Oklahoma has a really good front seven and a really good defensive line, and I'm very curious because this game is at nighttime, right? It's at 7 p.m. in Norman.
Yeah, I know about the defensive line.
And because I'm in big question about what Michigan's offensive line is. You know, I understand everyone knows that he's a very confident kid, but it's a little bit different when you keep getting hit after hit after hit. And I think there's a chance that, like Evan Link, if he's the starting left tackle, he is going to be going up against one of the best edge rushers in college football over there. I can't even think of his name, number 32. Can't think of his name. But I think that could you're putting your quarterback in some danger at that point.
I'm also worrying about their offense. Can they handle the facing a coordinator that's running a little bit of college and then they also a little bit NFL. Wink Martindale, he used to be in the NFL, so They about to face a former NFL DC, and I don't think the Oklahoma, but currently they have faced a defense that they're about to face. It's almost like it's almost like they're about to face Texas defense before they actually played with Texas. There've been some rumors that Texas they defense that might be similar to Michigan, but Michigan to turnover a percentage is better compared to Texas, but
Tim, do you
Right,
honestly
you take it?
Yeah. So what do you think is the ceiling for this Michigan team with Underwood as your quarterback? Assuming he's a starter, which I assume he's going to be the starter.
the ceiling could be about in between. For me, the ceiling could be okay. 10 wins will get us into the playoffs, or maybe 12. So in between 10 and 12, but the floor is 9-3.
I think that might be a little bit of a generous floor.
No,
personally.
Essentially what he's saying, because like if you're looking at that, the 2016 Clemson team, right? I think their blue chip ratio was like a 56. Michigan's was a 54, and it's essentially what you're saying is this guy is
the national title.
Yeah, well, but I'm saying essentially you think he's Trevor Lawrence, or you think he's Deshaun Watson,
and they're okay, and their starting quarterback was Trevor Lawrence. He was a freshman.
Yeah, but
they lost.
Trevor Lawrence Trevor Lawrence won the championship his freshman year. Yeah. But the difference is that the players on his offense,
lost to Georgia.
Yeah, but his freshman year, though, the players that he was like, his teammates were better football players. His wide receiver unit was better. His running back was better.
He had Sammy Watkins to throw the ball through. Like,
it was different.
You know? Yeah,
because I think most of the Wolverines' blue chip players are either on the offensive line or on the defense.
Yep.
And running back, of course. You have running back, but tight end. But I think that I think that a lot of Wolverine fans don't understand is that in today's football, you guys, you are the anomaly. You are the exception, not the rule. Like the way you and Clemson won championships are not the rule. It's very rare.
They could have went back to back, but in 17, Nick Saban has stopped them. And who was the head coach for LSU when they won it? We all know it wasn't Brian Kelly. 2019, they had a different coach, and they went to the finals, and but Clemson they lost, and they had a senior quarterback.
I think there's a pretty distinct difference between Trevor Lawrence, who ended up being the number 1 overall pick in the draft.
He played in the national title 4 games in a row, and that's not easy.
Correct. Yeah. I think there's a distinct difference between that and what I think Underwood could potentially become.
How
and
hard
to Garrison's point,
and how easy was that schedule comparing?
Their schedule is very easy. Michigan's schedule is very easy this year.
I don't think it's easy.
No. Well, I'm talking about with Clemson. When Trevor, he was a freshman, did they had an easier or harder schedule?
For me, it doesn't matter because you're a freshman. Because the game going from high school to college, especially at that level, is really and like being really good is really hard to do. It's because it's such an adjustment to the game, especially the speed of the game. You're getting hit by bigger people who are more explosive, right? On top of that, it also matters who's around you, the talent that's around you, who the play calls. By the time Trevor Lawrence got Dabo wasn't established. He was a made man. That's like he was fine. Sherrone Moore isn't a made man yet. As of right now, Sherrone Moore is a 5-loss coach. That's what he is. So I think that what's important for this. I think that the Wolverines. If I was a Wolverine fan, I would temper my expectations. I would look at this year as a building block year, and then next season is the year I'm trying to make the playoffs. Because I do think there's a chance. Like say if you guys were to go 10-2 in your season, right, and you made the playoffs, I still think there's a chance that you could face a Clemson, and then Clemson will knock your doors off. I think Clemson could do that to you because of the matchup and because of their D line and their offense. I think they could do that to you. So it's all about matchups again, but yeah, and that's why I think that the Wolverines are somewhere between the 6. No, I would say the 7-10 win range. That's where I have you guys. So
and he turning 18. Okay, 2 weeks before the New Mexico game.
Yeah.
And then they're talking about he ain't done growing in height and height.
He's probably done growing in height.
Oh, he's done growing.
Yeah.
But he can get wider though.
He's already gotten wider.
Okay. I didn't mean like that.
I'm just stating facts, but I think this year, Michigan fans probably need to realize that this year is more of a, like, if everything goes well, Underwood will develop into a quarterback that they can trust next year, and they can actually start thinking about making a run in the playoffs next season. Like Garrison said, it is very, very rare that a true freshman quarterback comes in.
So what that
wins a national title or competes
Ohio player, I'm hearing that he flipped and he playing for Bill Belichick now. What's up with that?
It's shocking.
Yeah, Weatherspoon. Yeah. It is what it is. I mean, Ohio State now needs to go find new corners. My assumption
he was
North Carolina was able to offer him some more NIL
money. No. We were offering him to play corner, but he wants to play safety.
Yeah. Correct.
So yeah.
Speaking of a corner, do you think that one guy can fix his referee problem? The Espinosa. He keep getting flagged a whole lot.
He does.
I'll tell you what. If Davison Ignosin, I'll tell you this right now, Tim. If Davison Ignosin fixes that handsy problem, he's going to be a first-team All-American. He's going to be probably I talked about this recently. I talked about this on Monday, Ryan, and I was talking about the defense. And I think people forget. Like Caleb Downs was a freshman All-American, Davison Ignosin was a freshman All-American, and Jermaine Matthews was a freshman All-American. This defense, like Davison Ignosin's a really, really good football player, and I think a lot of people don't know that Jim Knowles, he likes his corners playing through with their hands. I think that's the wrong thing to tell a guy like Davison Ignosin who's already aggressive. So I look forward to seeing Davison this year. Because he came back to up his draft stock. That means he understands he has something to work on. And that's really important. That's really important to know. That means you have someone that's coachable and he wants to come back. So I'm really excited to see what he looks like.
If he thinks the referees that he's dealing with is tough, the NFL ones, they tougher. Because
when he fixes it, it becomes a first-team All-American.
In some games, with some of the corners, they barely touching the wide receivers, and they just want to just penalize them for barely touching. But that's in the NFL.
I think if Igbinosun can fix that handsiness, I do agree with Garrison because he might be the best tackling corner in the country. Like he'll come up and whether it's in a pass coverage or in the run game, like he's someone who other players do not want to get hit by. And I think that's a very valuable trait as a cornerback, and I think that's something the NFL really likes. And Iggy mentioned when he came back this year in his announcement, he said because he wanted to be a first-round pick. So he knows he's got to fix the penalties. I think he can. We'll
Who's
see.
going to step up
happening.
and take over Denzel Burke?
The best corner on the team as of right now. Maine.
He thinks Jermaine Matthews Jr. is the best corner.
Maine.
I'm talking about.
Listen, I saw his pick six live his freshman year. I've been a believer ever since. And let's not act like he wasn't one of the top recruits in the country out of high school. There's that
I'm talking about the Denzel Burke that showed up in 21 and 23. I'm not talking about the 22 or 24 Denzel.
No. Tim, I promise you, this is gonna look like a. I don't want to heap. This is too much expectation. I don't want to heap this on him. I won't say it's exactly this, but you're gonna see something like Jeff Okudah, where half the field might be taken away. I really think Jermaine Matthews is that
high bar.
Good. I think I believe in Ohio-bred corners. That's what I believe in. There's not a lot of them, but when we get them, they can be really good. So I really believe in him. I think he's gonna be a really good player. Just wait. A lot of people are worried about Ohio State's defense.
You want to call up Jacob Weatherspoon and tell him that? You're call him up and say, Ohio-bred corners, we're great. Come back.
I'm worried about the front seven.
Huh?
I'm worried about the linebackers and the D tackles and the edges. But that's all that I'm concerned about because y'all lost almost.
Not worried about the linebackers.
You almost lost almost 7 players.
Not worried about the linebackers. Definitely worried about the defensive line.
But you y'all got Sonny Styles. No, not Sonny Styles. Cody.
No, we got Sonny Styles. Cody Simon's gone.
Yeah.
No, Cody Simon's gone, but we have someone that's better than him. I'm sure of it.
Arvell Reese looked good at times. Yeah,
I think Arvell. I think Arvell's going to be better than him. He's just a better athlete. He's a better athlete.
He's a better pure athlete. Yes, I agree with that.
Defensive line. Go ahead.
Let's say that y'all did lose the Texas, but do y'all think that Ryan Day should tell Sark that the next time we see you in Austin and y'all gonna lose?
What next year?
Let's say that y'all have a. Let's say that y'all just lost the Texas, and the next time y'all have a rematch, you gotta go. You gotta play in front of their fans. Will you trust Ryan Day to get the W?
I saw him beat him in Texas already.
All he's got to do is let that ring talk.
Yeah, but beat him in the Cotton Bowl down Dallas, Texas. We did in the heart of Texas.
I know, but
I think Ryan Day is his superior.
I'm talking about their stadium.
Oh, their stadium. That's something. I'll tell you what. Listen, if I was Sark, this is the time to get Ohio State because I think in 2026 that's the. I think that's the national championship team. I think 2026 is the one that runs through everybody. That we're talking Jeremiah.
A lot harder in 2026.
Yeah, Ohio State's gonna be much harder to be in 2026.
Will y'all still have the Matt Patricia by then, or
it depends on how good he does. There's a chance that Matt Patricia does really well this season and he's gone the next.
There's also a chance he's absolute booty cheeks And he's
Okay,
going
yeah,
Texas.
okay. See, and that's the problem.
You know where I stand.
Well,
Anything's okay.
one more question before I leave. If this is the first time that Jim knows is taking over a defense that was the but that was ranked in between number 1 and 10 because I felt like the other schools that he had successful. I don't think their defense was ranked in the top 10. Out,
It might be because I know Ohio State's
outside
defense
of
certainly wasn't ranked in the top 10, but they took when he
out,
took over.
outside of Ohio State, y'all, y'all had those stopping the run problems. He might have been taking over a top 10 defense, but so y'all couldn't stop the run. That's probably why y'all wasn't a top 10 a top 10 defense in 21. And plus y'all had a bunch of young guys on defense.
Yeah, but 2021 that's the second worst defense of my lifetime at Ohio State. So I don't like. I would say it'd be 2018 and 2020. I think 2018 is worse.
I think 2013 is also worse. 2013 was bad.
You think it's up there?
Oh,
it's
yeah.
up there.
The only reason that
really
22
But I think
was similar because they had to learn a difficult system.
Well, I think what helps Ohio State is that we have a lot of we bring back important players at every single level of the defense. You also bring back the quarterback of your defense in Caleb Downs, who is probably the smartest football player in college football. So I'm not worried about the Ohio State players being able to get that lingo down from Matt Patricia. Mind you, Matt Patricia. I keep telling people this. I think this goes under the radar. Matt Patricia and Coach Walt, they coached with each other at Clemson a long time ago, and Coach Walt still uses the same language that Matt Patricia uses with his front seven. So I think this defense in terms of communication is going to be well ahead of where people actually think they should be. On top of that, I'm very confident in Edric Houston and Caden McDonald being so awesome that it might alleviate some of the other defensive tackle depth problems that we have. Like he asked about Rob asked right here, how you feel about Bo Atkinson? I think Bo Atkinson is going to be the cog to the defense because if we need to put him at defensive tackle, we can. He's 6'4", 265. If need be, he's big enough and has the size. Like he's not wiry, so we can put him there like a Kenyatta Jackson is Kenyatta's 260, 250.
Yeah, he can't go inside.
He can't go inside. Bo can. So there's that. I mean, I honestly, if you ask me, I because I think Caden Curry is just a nasty. I think he's just a nasty guy. I think you can put him there if need be. So I'm not worried, man. I when this defense, I'm so serious when I say this. When this defense just crashes down places, I think our secondary is gonna be locked down. I think a lot of people are overlooking Lorenzo Styles. Clearly, since last season, the coaches have trusted to put him in there, and I'll put him in there a lot. I think Bryce West, when he comes into the nickel position, is gonna be really good. I think he's one of the top 5 athletes on Ohio State's team. No, I'm not worried.
Scott's still there.
Aaron Scott, dude. I'm not worried about the defense. I'm really everyone wants me to be worried about that D tackle spot. I'm gonna trust that just trust that Jason Moore or Tyron Malone happen to have some go in them. I'm just gonna lean on good faith. I'm still leaning on good faith.
I don't trust that, but
all I need them to do is plug holes, pause. That's all I need them to do.
Could be.
And Jason Moore should be able to do that.
You would think, but I am not entirely sure that's the case. I'm really not. I have no faith in Jason Moore or Tyrone Malone at this point. Also, yeah, I don't think let's pump the brakes on our Vel Reese in his first year.
No, he's a freak.
And one more thing, on Monday, me and Cliff and Matt will be breaking down your team whole schedule. We'll be breaking it down.
Cool.
I'll be watching. I love those two guys. I'll be watching that. Appreciate you, Tim, and we'll talk to you soon, man.
Okay.
So Ryan, before we go, okay, I did want to bring this to your attention. So I found this list on 11 Warriors. Did you see this about the top 25 games?
I saw it, but I didn't actually dive deep in there.
Me either. So before I just want to quickly run through this.
Okay.
So 25. Some notable games I'm looking at here. I actually don't remember this game. The 2012. Do you remember this game? The number 25?
I do. That was the game. Braxton got hurt. I was actually at that game. I had a buddy in from high school, and we were sitting in the south stands, with all my college friends. And Kenny Guyton came in, scored a touchdown, and then they converted a 2-point conversion to send the game into overtime to keep that undefeated season alive. So that certainly was an exciting game.
I remember Kenny Guyton is one of the most beloved Ohio State Buckeyes in my life. Dude, I'll tell you what, he saved that season. He really did.
That's right.
I'll
say this. I don't necessarily agree with that Notre Dame game there in 20.
I was about to bring it up. I love that game. I love that game.
Oh.
That was pure Midwest, middle of the fall football. I loved it.
It was disgusting, and I had to watch it during a wedding.
Oh, no, and the way we won was beautiful.
The last drive was great, and if Kyle McCord doesn't screw up against Michigan, that's a legacy game for him.
No, at that moment, when I watched that drive and some of the passes he made, it was that moment I said, holy shit, Ryan Day found another one. That was my thought.
He also got lucky on that drive because Notre Dame dropped a couple picks. There was some bounces in there.
Well, that happens. The 2018 27-26 game against Penn State, that was just...
That's an all-timer for me. I think it should be higher on the list, quite frankly.
That needs to be higher on the list. I just remember Dwayne Haskins, his emotion that game, dude, like the passion he had in that. That was a big game.
That was the only game Benjamin Victor did anything in his entire career. That is the only defining moment he had as a Ohio State player.
It was a great play. I was like, who the hell is that guy?
The only reason anyone's ever going to remember his name.
Moving up, like number 13, the Rose Bowl against Utah, 40-45. One of the greatest. I honestly, who are you more impressed by, CJ or Jackson?
It was Jackson Smith-Njigba for sure.
Yeah.
It was a great game, but to me, that was a game. That's a game that's not that memorable for me because there were no stakes to it because of how that season ended. Like losing to Michigan, not being able to play, getting a 14 playoff. It was a great. It was a great game to watch, like objectively, but for me personally, it was just kind of an empty calorie win. I know that's not how I should necessarily feel about it based off of, the watchability of it, but that's just kind of how I felt.
I thought that was one of the most exciting football games I ever watched in my life. And it was only because Ohio State was down double digits multiple times throughout that first half.
Yeah.
The defense, this was when I knew the following season the defense was getting better. When the defense was able to stop them in the second half, Utah that being. That's when I was like, okay, the defense is getting somewhat better. So that was nice to see. 2018, the 62-39 game again. That fantastic. So top 10. 2020-25 Rose Bowl, Ohio State 41, Oregon 21. That game was that's probably one of my top 5 Ohio State football games to watch.
I'll say this: it was one of the most surprised I've ever been for an Ohio State football team in a positive way because I did not see that coming. That first half,
Mm.
never saw it coming.
And again, I think it's so funny that when we watched the cinematic one after the game that came out, and Ryan Day says before that game, he says this game doesn't have to be close. And I was like, oh
Yeah.
wow, he knew he could they could beat the crap out of him. That's really cool. The Sugar Bowl against Clemson. That was a surprising game too. But I needed to see that win. I hated Clemson so much.
Yeah. I didn't think it was that surprising. I thought it was very satisfying. I always thought Ohio State was better that year. It was a COVID season. It was kind of hard to really dive in to see how good Ohio State was that year because they only played 6 games up until that point.
Yep.
But we knew how much talent they had returning from the previous season, and then they showed it there. And had not half the team gotten COVID, and Trey Sermon gets banged up in the first quarter, maybe they would have put a better fight against Alabama. But
I mean, they were down by 14 in the fourth quarter. I mean, question. I do have a question for you on that. Say COVID never happened and Trey Sermon was the guy from the get-go. How many yards do you think he goes for that season?
That season or that game?
Mm-hmm. That season. If he was healthy for a full season, what do you think he would have done that season? Do you think he gets close to the 2K?
I don't think. I do not. No, I was going to say probably 1,700, 1,750, something like that.
Okay.
He was good. I mean, that Northwestern performance obviously is in the history books, but I mean
that Clemson performance was crazy.
He was good in the Clemson game too. But the problem was he wasn't that the entire year. Like he really got going.
I don't blame that on him. I thought we kept trying to give Master the ball and stupidly.
Agreed. Yeah.
Number 8. Okay, I haven't seen any of this. 39-38, 2017. Yeah. That should probably I don't know what's ahead of it.
That's not right for that.
But I would tend to have it higher myself. Oh yeah.
I mean, I sometimes just watch this game when I'm home, nothing to do. Just I want to be happy. I watch this game.
Yeah, this game was that was surprising to me. That was because that was a really good Wisconsin game. That was a very good Wisconsin game.
I certainly didn't see 59-0 with a third string quarterback. I did not see that coming. I don't think anyone did.
I was worried about that game actually going if I remember at that point. 2016.
I didn't think we'd lose, but I did not. I certainly didn't see 59-0 coming. I'm surprised this isn't higher on the list.
It should be higher. That was a ride of a game. My emotions were going up and down.
Yeah,
and of course, it gives us one of the greatest plays ever.
Curtis Samuel,
and he was not short. Which, by the way, if you would like to join and become a member of the channel, please be sure to hit that join button and see our tiers down there, which are the Blocko Club. JT wasn't short, as we all know, and we don't give a you-know-what. So, yeah, go ahead and check that out. But, number 6, 2016 Ohio State, Michigan. Where's the rest of the list?
That's the list for now. They haven't come out with.
Okay, there we go. Later. Wow, I wonder what those games are.
You can go ahead and throw up. The Sugar Bowl is going to be there against Alabama. That might even be number 1.
He's preaching, bro. He's a pastor now.
Yeah, he's that's probably number 1 on the list, and I believe.
Which one you said was number 1?
Probably. I mean, the Alabama game is going to be up there. I think the Ohio State Miami is probably going to be number 1.
That's got to be number 1.
I think that's 1. I think the Sugar Bowl's probably 2. They'll probably have Ohio State Michigan on there from 2002 as well. Even though honestly that game again was kind of gross.
2006 Ohio State Michigan.
Ones, that could be on the list. I think that would be in the top 5. Honestly, they could put the Ohio State Texas game from that year as well. But they're not going to. I don't think that was that good of a game.
The one with close freshman.
Yeah. They might do the we did put the Texas game from last year on there. I don't think they would. I mean, it's close. If they do, it's 5.
It would
I wouldn't have
be-
that over the double overtime Michigan game.
No, I wouldn't have it. If they were gonna put that play on the list, it would have to be in the 20s.
Yeah, I
We see
think
some great plays, man.
Yeah, no, I definitely think the top 3 there is, the Miami, the Sugar Bowl, and then the Ohio State, Michigan 06. Last thing before we get out of here, I wanted to, we had a commenter mention about the Dave Portnoy news to Big Noon kickoff, but I wanted your thoughts on that when that got announced.
I hate it. It was funny. My buddy Cam, he messaged me today because I've always stood by that, say that I prefer Big Noon kickoff than watching College Game Day. I really have. But this completely ruins it for me. It completely ruins it for me because there's such a difference between him and Pat McAfee. Pat is one of the best college punters of all time. He's probably one of the more fun NFL punters and kickers of all time. He knows football. He can talk a variety of sports really intelligently. And now, it seems like your biggest money maker, you bring on one of the biggest antithesis of Ohio State, and you're probably going to take 9 of our games this season. I think Walker would have been better. What's up, buddy? I think he would have been better for the show, honestly.
I'm hoping that that they don't put Portnoy on the main set often. Like it's just one of those, hey, we'll pop in here for a couple segments. Like you talk about Michigan here, you'll talk about the Big Ten here at this point, as opposed to actually being a sitting panel member up there with Ingram and Bush and Leinart and Erb. I just that would be so much worse for the show because it's not just that he's a Michigan fan. He's an obnoxious one that doesn't even really come up with any sort of facts.
Mm-hmm.
Like he doesn't have any analysis behind his thoughts. He just, oh, Michigan, they're better than Ohio State. It's Connor Stallion.
No, Michigan, man.
Exactly. He's one of those kinds of guys. So if they were going to go the Barstool route, I would have preferred, I don't know, Big Cat. At least he's impartial, except for Wisconsin. But it's not like Wisconsin's any good.
No,
anyway.
Big Cat would have been great.
Yeah, I'm sure he doesn't want to do it. He's got too much shit he's doing also.
Yeah.
But this is clearly Fox trying to find their own version of McAfee. That's what it is. Like that.
They picked wrong. They picked wrong.
I agree. You got anything else before we head out?
Oh, that's it, man. That's all I got.
All right. That's all I got as well. I just want to let you guys know as well, this is my last show. I have accepted some more responsibilities at work, so that'll require me to work a little bit later hours, but the bump in pay makes it worth it. So I will be stepping away here. I might be popping in from time to time just to get some discussion going. But my duties here as an official co-host will come to an end after this show. I've appreciated talking to you guys, having all of you guys call in over the last few months. It's been a lot of fun, and I appreciate you guys helping grow the channel. And I know whoever Garrison teams up with here next will also do a great job. And like I said, I won't be fully away. I'll be popping in from time to time to check Garrison on his ridiculous Matt Patricia takes and Arvell Reese takes and things of that nature. But just wanted to let you guys know that. And Garrison will be back on Monday for the primetime live show. And yeah, that'll kind of be it for me. Go ahead.
No, Ryan, I want to say thank you, man. No, honestly, it's been real fun working with you. I thank you for helping grow the channel. Yeah, man, thank you for growing the channel. Really enjoy talking to you, man. I really do, because you don't listen to everything I say, because I know sometimes I'm wrong, even though I don't like to admit it. So, but no, I really appreciate you, man. Thank you for all you've done, man, and look forward to still talking to you and have you come on here.
Yeah, for sure. No, and you've been great. The show with you has been a lot of fun. Like I said, right now the timing it's just not going to work out. But I certainly will pop in from time to time here. I just can't commit a full a full hour to these right now. But, you know, like I said, whoever comes in to replace me, I'm sure you'll be able to, you know, have some good banter with him. And, you know, maybe you'll beat him down on your Patricia take. We'll see. But, you know, thanks for, like I said, thanks for calling in. And Garrison will be back with you guys. He'll be back with you guys on Monday. OH.
IO.